swell up. Feel a bit like the Elephant Man on my iron nose. Forehead swelling up. Allergic reaction to bee stings can be fatal. I'm worried about anaphylactic shock. The first signs are swelling around the eyes, followed by difficulty breathing and loss of consciousness. It causes 1,000 deaths a year in the US. Feels like a kind of big price to pay for a bit of honey. If you risk nothing, you gain nothing. My plan to follow the canyon down to a river has failed.
Pardon?
And stepping back in the desert heat feels like entering a furnace.
Pardon?
Still, I haven't found any fresh water.
Kinapano
Pardon.
Kinapano
Before I can think about making a new plan, I need to get out of the sun. But the nearest shade is a rocky outcrop an hour's hike away, where I might find a cave. In this midday heat, even this headdress, is just getting roasting hot, and I've got to think of some way just to keep my head cool. And what I can do, though, is take this off and then peel it, and it's pretty gross, but it's also not exactly going to smell very good. But luckily, there are not many people out here to be exactly right bothered. And it's really yellow pea, which is a sign that I'm definitely getting pretty dehydrated now. But at least this should keep my head a bit cooler. And at the moment, my head's just on fire. Doesn't smell great. But this is really nice and cooling. This headdress will keep me cool for a bit, but I desperately need to get into the shade. Such a relief to find this cave. But I've also got to be pretty careful. Other desert animals might well have the same idea of looking for the shade, and especially snakes. And actually, if a snake is out in the hottest part of the day in the desert, they will die. They have to have this sort of shade. And a good way is just to lob a few rocks in.
Ini video baru.
Look around for. But this is going to be perfect, I think.
YouTube में जाता copyright लगता है.
Kurt Rogers, when riding in the Moab in 100 degrees heat, he took a wrong turn and got lost. The next day, his body was found a quarter of a mile from the trail, dead from heat exhaustion. Shady caves like this can literally be lifesavers. I'm going to try and get some rest here and move on at a cooler time of day. It's early morning, the best time to travel in the desert, and my main priority is still to find water. And it's always a good idea when you get up first thing in the morning, any clothes you haven't been wearing, or boots if you take them off, always tip them up, or give clothing a good shake out, just because scorpions love to get into cool, shady places. Down to my last few drops of water. I desperately need to refill my canteen. One trick is to listen for insects. Bees and mosquitoes always live near water, and if I can find some of them, they might lead me to a spring. I've heard some somewhere in this gully, and this is just sort of place I like. It's cool, it's dark, and there's probably a little bit of moisture in the ground as well. The sound of insects is a good sign I could be getting close to water. And this is what I've been looking for, just this line of mineral deposits. There's the indicator there's a seep somewhere nearby, water trickling out of one of these aquifers, and you can actually see this little pool of water that's formed here. And what's happening is it's filling up, and then it's running away. And if I can just dig this out a bit, and then dam it, and stop that water seeping out, I'll get a good amount of water there. Probably in a few minutes that'll fill up. And then I just need a way of collecting it and drinking it. I'm looking for a plant called a trumpet flower. Native Americans use it as a pint because it has a hollow stem. But I can also use this as a drinking straw to get at that water, but I've got to be pretty careful cutting this, just because if I try and just break it off, it's going to splinter. So what I'm going to do is just score all the way around the bottom, and then the same at the top. And this means when I come to snap it off, it's going to come away cleanly. And that's going to be great. The reservoir is filled up with water, and now I can use the straw to suck it out. The great thing about this is this whole process of the water slipping through this rock means actually, even though it looks pretty murky, this water is well filtered, and I can almost